A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant legal development, the U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to hear a case that could redefine the rights of asylum seekers at the southern border. The case centers around the Trump administration's controversial metering policy, which allows immigration officials to limit the processing of asylum claims at ports of entry along the U.S.-Mexico border. This policy has been a point of contention, with lower courts ruling it violates federal law, leading to the current appeal by the Trump administration. The crux of the matter lies in the interpretation of what it means for a migrant to arrive in the United States, a definition that has far-reaching implications for the asylum process and the treatment of migrants seeking refuge from persecution. The Supreme Court's decision to hear this case comes after a divided Ninth Circuit court ruled that federal law mandates border agents to inspect all asylum seekers who arrive at designated border crossings, regardless of whether they have crossed into the U.S. The court's ruling emphasized that migrants should not be turned away based solely on capacity issues at ports of entry. This decision has sparked a renewed debate on immigration policy, particularly as the Trump administration has signaled a willingness to reinstate the metering policy, which was rescinded by President Joe Biden in 2021. Asylum seekers, according to U.S. law, are individuals who face persecution in their home countries and are entitled to apply for asylum upon their arrival. However, the Trump administration's legal arguments suggest that arrival should be interpreted as physically entering U.S. soil, not merely approaching the border. This interpretation has raised concerns among immigration rights advocates, who argue that it could effectively deny many migrants their legal right to seek asylum. The metering policy was first implemented during the Obama administration in response to increasing numbers of migrants seeking asylum, with formalization occurring in 2018 under Trump. The policy allows border officials to limit the number of asylum claims processed when ports are deemed full, effectively forcing many to wait on the Mexican side of the border. Critics of the policy argue that it violates the legal rights of migrants and creates a dangerous situation for those fleeing violence and persecution. The Supreme Court's ruling, expected by the end of June, will not only impact the Trump administration's ability to enforce its immigration policies, but also set a precedent for how asylum claims are handled in the future. The case has garnered significant attention, reflecting the ongoing national debate over immigration and the treatment of those seeking refuge in the United States. As the legal battle unfolds, the implications of the Supreme Court's decision will reverberate through the immigration system, affecting thousands of individuals who seek safety and a new life in America. The outcome will likely influence both current and future administrations' approaches to asylum and immigration policy, making this case one of the most consequential in recent years. As the nation watches closely, the Supreme Court prepares to tackle this monumental issue that lies at the intersection of law, human rights, and national policy. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.